did for them. Look at them. Look.
Better hurry. Get the knife down the drawer. Cut me free. And give them to me. Quick, Better. Cut the rope here. Take the knife.
Knife? What knife? Are you suggesting this is a knife I have in my hand? Have you gone mad, my sane husband? There was a knife, but I lost it.
He's on foot. He crashed out.
Get on the ground! I'll shoot you. He's on fire! He's on fire! Get a extinguisher! Extinguisher! He's on fire! Put your hands behind your back!
Hey, come over here and spray this out a little more.
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your left hand behind your back.
None of us can. Put your hands behind your back.
I'm burning. Get your hand behind your back. Get the jacket off, brother.
I got him off. He's not on fire anymore. We're 215. Start aiming.
Stop moving.
Whoever that is, turn your siren off.
Oh, okay. That might help. How about now? Oh, wow. Thanks. Thanks for giving me the heads up. So you guys missed the whole gaslight and then the cops actually gaslighting somebody? Oh, man. Forgot to add myself to the live stream there for a second. Well, that was an old 1940s movie called Gaslight. It's a crime mystery. That was a scene from the end. And then I was like, well, here's the 2022 rendition. Oh, that was funny. So I just kind of wanted to shock your guys' senses right at the beginning of the show. I think I might have scared a couple people away. Yeah, literal gaslight. There it is. See, it told itself. The joke told itself. But yeah, apparently the guy, he had a gas can in his backpack and had been siphoning gas, and it was all over the front of his shirt. They tased him. Jessica's like, nope, everything you wanted to be on was good, but the stuff that you had on was loud as fuck. Sorry. All right. So the next one is man accused of being naked on a stranger's porch. Well, he's back. So he's at another neighbor's house this time. And apparently he's smoking, I think, crack cocaine and trying to party. Look at this shit.
Some exclusive video to show you. Here it is right here. This is new at 11. A family says this man right here knocked on their door and refused to leave. This comes months after he was accused of being naked on someone else's porch. Tonight, he's in jail facing criminal trespassing charges. Channel 2's Michael Seiden live in Cobb County for us. And Michael, you spoke with neighbors who claim
Jim's like, what? What's the big deal?
And George, the neighbor I spoke with, asked us
Hug
not
him,
to
chug him,
identify him,
football.
but he says before this man showed up on his doorstep, he was actually at a neighbor's house where he touched and kissed a woman believed to be in her 20s now.
Oh, and look, I got a toy. Check this out. You guys hear that? Let's see what else is on here.
Boom, headshot! Boom, headshot! Boom, headshot! Bruh.
Let's see what else we got. It's like a little soundboard. See if there's any good ones on here. Oh yeah, this is a good one.
Finish him.
Oh man, sure we'll find a good use for that. Somewhere along the way.
I've been reaching out to Cobb County Police trying to find out why he's not facing additional charges, but tonight they tell me this is an ongoing investigation. When this man, now identified by police as Mark Stubblefield, knocked on the...
Damn, dude, look at those eyes. This fool's out of his mind. He's like, ooh, you want to party? Let's see if I got a good one for this guy's facial expression here.
Do it!
Identified by police as Mark Stubblefield, knocked on the front door of a home in Atlanta Country Club Estates off Paper Mill Road in East Cobb. It didn't take very long before the family of five inside realized something was seriously wrong.
He asked where the party was, and I said, this is the wrong house. He said he was looking for a few names that he threw out. I said, they don't live here. and he started acting very erratic.
Oh, he looks
agitated,
crazy.
And
He's high
I
as
told him
hell.
to leave.
This homeowner, who's asked us not to identify him, his wife, or their 3 children, agreed to share this doorbell security video with us. He says although the audio wasn't working, the video shows the odd and concerning behavior of this 52-year-old stranger who refused to leave his property.
He stood on the front porch for 5 to 10 minutes, was looking in the window, was acting very erratic, looked like he was talking to himself, smoking a pipe of some sort.
We had our kids locked upstairs in our bed.
So this dude's okay. So the day prior, he was running around naked. And then on this day, he had just gone to the neighbor's house and kissed a 20-year-old girl and like tried to hug her and then ran over here and trying to party with this guy. So if you don't think meth or crack cocaine can make you act nuts, here's a prime example.
All the while that this was going on.
I was armed, and I let him know that if he entered my home, I was going to open fire on him.
Police arrested and charged the suspect with criminal trespassing, but it's what neighbors say happened off camera that makes this incident so disturbing.
According to our neighbors' daughters, this man had gone onto their property, touched them, and kissed them prior to coming to our house.
Right now, Cobb County Police are calling this an ongoing investigation, but Stubblefield is no stranger to law enforcement. In fact, earlier this year, authorities in Cherokee County arrested him after police say a doorbell camera recorded him naked while touching himself on a homeowner's front porch. He was also accused of being in possession of crack cocaine.
This was a parent's worst nightmare, and fortunately, it didn't escalate beyond where it already was.
Channel 2's Michael Seiden joining us live now from Cobb County.
Guy?
Michael, you reached out to this
Pretty
guy's
sure that's
attorney.
not
What's
Bridge
the other
Guy.
side saying today?
But Bridge Guy could have been high on some crack cocaine.
So, George, we've been trying to get in touch with an attorney listed on court documents for this suspect, but so far he has not returned our calls. But as soon as we get a comment from him, George, we'll certainly pass it along.
Wow. Okay, so we've only played 2 videos. Saw a guy catch on fire because he was running from the police and got tased, was covered in gasoline apparently. And in what seems to be a somewhat decent neighborhood, well, I would definitely call it upscale. Got a guy running around smoking crack. Trying to party in the cul-de-sac, apparently. I don't know what the hell is going on with that guy. This next one is very tragic. It's titled "Woman Charged in Deadly Hit and Run Found Passed Out in a Car with Drugs and a 1-year-old in her back seat."
Run in Everett. Patty Oman was hit and killed by a driver there last month. Tonight, new court documents say the woman charged with the crime was found passed out in her car. She had tinfoil and drugs in her hands and a 1-year-old in the back seat.
Fox 13's Alejandra Guzman joining us now in the studio. So, Alejandra, how was this woman caught, and what's the latest on this case?
Well, the woman was wanted for over a month, and all it took was for the Everett Police Department was for somebody to report that her SUV was blocking a parking lot driveway. Officers were then able to confront her and connect her to Patty's death when they noticed significant damage to the front right passenger side of the car.
Every moment that we were hoping to have with her in her old age just feels robbed from us, from her sister, from her nieces and nephews.
A painful reality for Patricia Oman's family. The 80-year-old was hit and killed as she walked along Old Broadway from the D&J Market back home on August 15th, a trek she made daily. These court documents paint a clear picture of what really happened. A witness says he was behind a silver SUV when it veered to the right over the fog line, hitting Patty.
No, Bodacious, that wasn't the lady. The lady was actually in her 20s. I believe that was a woman that she killed. I think she hit that woman. I think that woman was walking on the side of the road and was hit by her.
He says the SUV stopped and he called 911. He watched as a woman got out to see Patty, who lay motionless on the grass and bleeding. He noticed the driver, he described as annoyed or agitated, return to the SUV and
Me
drive
too.
away.
We did have some time to say goodbye.
Remind me to close that
but
out.
She wasn't aware or conscious.
The active and independent woman died 4 days later from her injuries. Meanwhile, the manhunt for the driver was on.
You may not have meant to, but you still need to be accountable for your actions and face consequences.
As her family pleaded for justice, Everett police responded to a call on September 9th where a silver Ford Escape was blocking a driveway. Inside, court documents say they found 32-year-old Amber Conway passed out with aluminum foil and a lighter in her hands, a hollow tube by her feet, and what appeared to be fentanyl in her bra. In the backseat, her 1-year-old son. Officers noted the Escape had damages to the passenger side, broken headlight, turn signal, and a missing fog light. Conway was arrested and her SUV impounded. 11 days later, detectives got a search warrant for the Escape where they found blood on the bumper. Pieces of the SUV found at the hit and run were compared and, according to police, fit Conway's Escape. She was arrested on an unrelated charge of taking a motor vehicle. Detectives also found charges for the hit and run, requesting bail be set at $100,000 due to the danger the community this defendant poses.
Court documents also say officers have been in contact with the father of Conway's children, who said they met in Everett the day of the hit and run to exchange custody of their children around 6. The incident was then reported around 6:30. As of tonight, Conway remains in jail and is scheduled for trial in December. Back to you.
That's insane. Okay. So instead of just saying, okay, look, I have a drug problem. I can't pick up my son right now. You're going to have to keep him. It seems like she held off on doing the drugs. And as soon as she picked up her son, she parked somewhere and then got high and just passed out right there. Like, why even go get the child? That's so crazy. Fentanyl around a 1-year-old boy. Yeah, she could have killed that boy easily. He could have reached over and just been like checking on her, and then found it. Oh yeah, Shay, that was horrible. Yep, they had a little baby in there too. All right, we got a lot of them today, so I'm gonna have to keep it moving. But if at any point you guys just want to call in and shoot the shit, the lines are open. Otherwise, we'll just keep burning through these, and eventually we'll spend some time on those last few stories. Darrell Brooks, if you guys don't know, he's the guy that went through the Christmas parade. He drove and hit all those people. He was recently convicted, and then the small 5-year-old boy that was in the Las Vegas suitcase found in Indiana, Cairo Jordan. I don't know if they found her yet, but they're currently searching. And then what's his name? I think it's Michael Thomas out of Delphi, suing the sheriff's department. We're going to talk about that. And we're just going to hang out. All right. This next one is titled... Now, this one's kind of crazy. A homeless man builds small house on Hollywood Boulevard. Now, I had mixed feelings about this one.
Spoke to him. He's quite happy to be here, but says he's planning to move soon. So this is the situation in 2022 in Los Angeles. You can basically build your own small wooden house right on Hollywood Boulevard, live in it, continue to refuse offers of city services, and most people around here are okay with it. Others say it has to go.
It's a solid, well-built wooden structure, propped up by metal carts and car batteries. A power cord unplugged trails down the sidewalk, which is piled high with assorted power tools and electronics. Reaction? Mixed. What do you think of that?
I don't like it. It's not good. It's bad.
It is a little out there, but he is safe and he doesn't have to worry about someone burning his tent down.
I don't even know why or how, or I mean, It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, to say the least.
Is this okay?
It's not okay that it's gotten to this point. The fact that he's here, I don't see an issue with it.
Anybody home? After I called the city and the LAPD to see what, if anything, is being done to help or clean up, police did come and talk to the man. They've been here before. They described him as young, healthy. They offered to connect him with services.
He's like,
He
I'm busy
declined.
installing
They
a
left.
patio.
Summing up the municipal code, the only enforcement is if a person is blocking the sidewalk on an active driveway or business.
Technically,
City
it's a mobile
Councilman
home.
Mitch O'Farrell says he hopes this can be resolved with what are called Care Plus teams, which pair comprehensive outreach with sanitation and cleaning.
Care Plus, my ass. That means they're going to come and sweep them off and throw them into the homeless shelter. Care Plus.
Services needed to make the public right-of-way safe and accessible. Meantime, across the street, where Jamila Ali and Rance Shaw run City Vibes Coffee,
Fruits and
passion
nuts.
is still on the menu.
He hasn't like
That's
bothered
funny.
anyone, and honestly, I'm
Good
glad
one,
that
Jim.
it's right there because I honestly feel safer with him there. For some reason, I don't know why. It's just he feels like he's like he knows what he's doing, and
you
he's
can
not
work the
here to like
system,
hurt
work it.
anyone.
Unfortunately, they have to make us a little bit uncomfortable for them to be comfortable. And I think that's just like the problem in LA. No one realizes how much of a burden it can do to like our mentality and just the way we carry ourselves.
Q tells me he's from Kansas City. He's been in LA for about 3 years, been here for a few months. He says he's self-employed. He fixes bikes. He wants to be a mechanical
That was
engineer.
awful, Goat.
And that he
That was disgusting.
is an Army veteran. Saturday, Alex and Marla, the city tells me they're planning to clean this all up as part of this Care Plus program that's had great success here in Hollywood. If you've been to the underpass and Gower on the 101 freeway, all cleaned up. So
That
it's
looks
going to
like
be
an ice
interesting to see
shack.
what, if anything, happens to
He
this
needs to
man.
roll
As I
that
mentioned,
over some ice.
he's perfectly
and
happy
then just
being
go
here, and
fishing
most of the
forever.
people around here are happy to have him. Live in Hollywood,
Like
I'm
an
Phil
Eskimo.
Schumann.
You know, that, first up, how is he not blocking the sidewalk? And secondly, you know, is it, you know, it looks like a structure there. And these are, the
These
business
snooty
owners there have
motherfuckers
to spend a lot of money
saying what I was
in
thinking.
taxes,
Block
have to go through
sidewalk.
permitting processes. Everybody around there that lives there have to pay property taxes.
Yeah.
Does he pay any property
nobody's,
taxes?
He's like, nope,
Q,
I'm on wheels,
we're on
bitch.
live on Fox 11. Alex, so nobody's saying this is a great idea. Hey, we're on live. Thanks for talking with us. What are you doing here, and how did this come to be?
Well, I was originally in a tent, and when the sanitation comes, you know, once every 2 weeks, they have you take the tent down and clear all your stuff out.
Yeah.
And so what I had an idea just to build something on wheels so that way I wouldn't have to
Show us what you got here.
Well,
I mean, where did you get all the material and everything?
Well, I got most of the material from like a construction sites that threw away old wood, and then some friends of mine that had some wood left over, and then there was a shop across the street that had some old flooring.
You have electricity in there?
Yeah, I've got a generator over here.
So you've been offered housing, temporary housing from the city and other agencies,
right?
But
yeah.
you prefer this, or?
Well, I kind of do prefer this because it kind of gives me empowerment. A lot of the housing, a lot of the housing programs they offer, they put you in like what seems like a concentration camp. And
so this is freedom for you.
Yes, it's for more freedom.
You got plants.
Yeah.
You got tapestry.
Yeah, I feel like I have more of a way to express my, artist nature and everything.
But Q, I mean, you have to understand that a lot of people don't think this belongs here. I mean, this is a public street.
Yeah.
You know, there are better options for you.
Yeah. There's probably better places, than this. But I mean, I don't think that I'm bothering anyone here. This business isn't even in. Yeah,
it's an empty building.
So is he taking the power from the city?
I try to keep the
because he doesn't get a power bill.
Clean, and I sell bikes and I make motorbikes and electric scooters and stuff like that. I've fixed several people that live in the neighborhood. I fixed their scooters and stuff like that.
It's like I don't need no.
Are you happy?
Yeah, I feel good, man. I feel good.
It's like I
feel like I'm kind of being an example for people that's in my situation, letting them know that,
if they make me move, I'll put it on my wheels and I'll move.
Living on the streets doesn't mean that you have to just let go, give everything
I would
up,
like to see an update on this guy,
get food and use the but the bathroom
Some
and
tells
stuff.
me he's gonna be okay.
Well, I go to local stores and while I'm out.
Let's walk this way. Yeah.
Hey, Phil.
While I'm out and out.
Yeah, I'm listening.
While I'm out and about, I use the restroom at different stores and stuff like that. But
Go ahead, Marlon.
I'm just curious about,
But
he
yeah,
has
what
the
was the other
generator
question
and
you
the
asked me?
power cord that you showed.
other question you
He
asked
doesn't
me
get
about using the
a
restroom?
bill, so is he just
for
milking it
food.
from
Yeah,
the
he's
city?
got a porch light.
I sell bikes and.
Yeah, no, he's not. No, he's not connected to the city. No, this is a generator with.
He's like, nope, he's
Can
got
we
his own
peek
power.
inside or no?
I'd rather not.
Independent.
I don't have it cleaned up, and then it's
All right,
not.
so-
It's not finished. So.
So people around here seem to like you.
Yeah.
You're a super friendly guy.
Yeah.
But there's other people that are
Guy.
watching this saying this is ridiculous.
Right. Well, I mean,
doesn't
I don't
have
know,
meth eyes.
where they're coming from, or why they believe what they believe. But there was a fire around the corner right here. One of the guys' tents caught on fire, and so that probably puts a nasty stain on it.
All right. Well, thank you for talking with us and sharing some of your story. Go ahead, Marla.
Phil, my last question is, you said he was going to move soon. So does he literally roll it somewhere else? Where is he moving to?
Yeah, you were
He's like,
talking about
"Wherever I want."
moving and just like rolling this down the sidewalk, or
Yeah,
I might get
got
a
some
horse.
dollies I'm gonna put underneath and move it from out in front of the fence. I
Get a
gotta
bunch
have
of wild
this thing moved by
dogs.
tomorrow, or the police said they're gonna take me to jail. So I gotta move. So that's why all my stuff's outside right now.
So if an agency came to you and said, Q, we got an apartment for you in Hollywood, indoors, services, job training, health benefits, would you take it?
Well, I want to start my own business, but as far as the apartment situation, I don't know where I'm gonna be able to store all my stuff, and then I do a lot of grinding and welding and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's not the best
solution for you.
Yeah, because my generators and my, I kind of like that lifestyle anyway.
All right, Alex Marla,
He's
slice
like,
of
"I don't
life
need
here on the
anything
streets
from
of
you."
Hollywood. We'll send it back to you.
He's resourceful.
That's fascinating, Phil.
Crazy. All right, so I wanted to spend some time talking about this. Right? See, you got people like Goat Talk is like, hell no, I'm burning that shit. Because if you think about it, it is kind of like a loophole. It's like on wheels. Because that's what I first thought. I was like, well, if you live there locally, like that's everybody's property. If I can just go find a public sidewalk, fucking, I'm just gonna build a little shack right there or what? But he's like, yeah, that's not the right thing to do. I'll put it on wheels. So if they tell me to move that shit, I'll move it. So to me, it's like it's like an urban camping. He's like an urban survivalist. Yeah, he sounded hella sober. I think he's just getting started. That was some good publicity for him, I think. They're like, okay, we'll give you some handouts. He's like, no. He's like, I want to start my own business. Well, we'll give you an apartment. He's like, no, I like my freedom. That woman's like, well, what the fuck? He's tapped into the city. See if I got a good one for that lady. Oh, there's so many.
Got him! Got him!
We'll figure it out. Yeah, some people just don't fit in. Like some convicts, they'll tell you, hey, when I come out, I just want to go right back in. What do they call it? 3 hots in a cot? Something like that. Urban glamping. Sir, we're going to need you to move it along. Oh, okay. Give me like 5 minutes. Take all his plants, put them inside, put all his shit inside. Move it like a block down the road and set up shop again. Yeah, that lady was like, is he paying taxes? Lock him up. And you could tell the reporter on scene who was questioning him with the microphone, he was getting all nervous, like, oh shit. Easy for you guys to say you're not down here on Skid Row. Fucking homemade motorhome and shit. Yeah, generator. He said he had a generator. She doesn't know what that is. He plugged in? What are all those cables? What is he plugging the generator into? The guy with the microphone was like, it's gas powered.
Gotcha, bitch. Get to the chopper!
Ooh, that's a good one. Goat Talk says, no, he's definitely an addict or he has mental health. Normal people don't choose to live on sidewalks without running water. I don't know, man. Think about it. In California, I would say California, the only place it makes sense would be California and New York. I mean, they're basically turning into China. Is it China, right? Where they got the real small apartments? It's the same way in New York. And California is turning the same way too. Not only that, because it's so expensive. So the size of his little shack that he's building is almost equivalent to like a $900 New York apartment. So he's actually living in the future by like 6 months. So get ready, California. Jeez. Hey, public property. I think they're allowed to stay for a moment. Because I know in most states you can go camping for like 7 to 14 days, and then you got to get up and you got to move to another location, or you can get a fine. I mean, think about it. What does he need running water for? He can just go fill up, gallons of water somewhere. And then he has a generator for electricity, and looks like he also had some solar power. Yeah, he's totally off grid, huh? I figured it out. He's from the future. He's from next year. Tried to pull it off twice, guys. Sorry. We put a shack in our backyards here in Indiana to live in. They would make us tear it down. Yeah. Unless you had like a little gas, or not a gas, but a like an ice fishing hut. 90 square feet. See, that's what I'm talking about. New York City has 90 square foot apartments. It's ridiculous. Tiny house laws. What's that all about? What's up, Rebecca? California has So much open space. So much open space, you can't live there without a car. You have to be independently wealthy to afford gas. That's scary.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
Holy shit!
Oh, here's a good one.
Illuminati confirmed.
I'm going to start putting that on people's comments. Yeah, hell yeah. He's using solar power. His plants look like they're in decent shape. Bodacious says, let him do his thing. He's not hurting anyone or anything. Yeah, he seems to have found the loophole. And if he's able to keep it moving, shit, who cares? I mean, if you park your car somewhere, you can't just leave it there, forever. You eventually got to move it. Can't just leave your broken down car like on the side of the freeway. Eventually, they're going to give you a ticket. No, what is that? That sounds interesting. My closet is bigger than 90 square feet. It's a nice closet. Preppers on YouTube getting censored. Yeah, that guy was an urban prepper. I'm telling you. It's from the future of San Francisco. Whoops. Hey, what's up, Jules? All right, the next one is titled Severna Park Woman Accused of Killing Dog While Trying to Flee in Stolen Vehicle. Now, this story, yeah, the world has definitely gone mad with this one. If you're not convinced, behold.
And then a dog was run over and killed. WMAR 2 News' Don Harrison talked with county police to find out what happened.
A little after 9 Friday morning, police were called to Leland Drive in Severna Park. It's right behind the Coles on Ritchie Highway. The police were told a woman was pulling on door handles.
They're trying to see if your car's unlocked and see what's inside of it to steal it.
And then another call came in about Leland Drive.
Is that this woman is now chasing a small dog around.
This is where it gets strange. Before the police arrived, another woman saw the lady chasing the dog. The Good Samaritan was able to pull the car over and catch the dog. As she held the dog, the woman whom the police were called for jumped in the Good Samaritan's car and started to drive off. Police say the
Fucking
woman
Grand
trying to
Theft
steal
Auto.
the car was
Oh, wait, I think I
41-year-old
have something
Teresa
for that.
Cooper. What?
Hold on. I think I got something for that one. So to me, that sounds like Grand Theft Auto. And she used the dog, right? Oh, yeah, there's a couple of them. That's when you get wasted. Thought I saw another one. So she actually used the dog to get the lady to stop. as a ruse to steal her car. What the hell? Can you believe that? Only drugs can make somebody do something like that. In my opinion. Oh, here it is.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Cooper didn't realize is the adult son of the Good Samaritan was sitting in the passenger seat.
The Good Samaritan at that point is in a state of shock, drops the dog, takes off running after her vehicle and her family member, and that's when the dog runs in front of the tires of the vehicle and the suspect runs over the dog.
The dog was killed. The lady whose car was stolen jumped across the passenger seat and tried to push Cooper out of the car.
Really don't know who to trust. And you could involve a poor dog, and now he died. It's a mess.
The victims were able to hold on to the suspect until the police arrived, and that gave police a chance to ask the woman what is going on.
So she was arrested. She is not talking to investigators right now. So right now we don't know if this was her dog, if it was a dog from the area, or why this event even happened in the first place.
In Severna Park, Don Harrison, WMAR2 News.
I mean, she has some explaining to do. She almost killed the lady. She killed the dog. Attacked a man. Has the world gone mad? Telling you. Oh, this one's crazy. I actually cut this one into two parts, but oh man. Yeah, let me just load them both up. We're going to spend some time on this one too. Whenever I'm conflicted, I kind of want to get an idea of where you guys are, and I'm like, you know, I'm kind of right in the middle on some of these.
Just hold it. Okay. So if it's not here by November 1st, we're going to talk again about the public defender.
Okay.
All right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, before we go any further, I kind of want to do a quick little poll, but I'm going to ask you guys, what do you guys think is going to happen next? Do you think the guy in the orange jumpsuit is going to attack the judge? Do you think the guy in the orange jumpsuit is going to attack somebody else? Do you think there's going to be an altercation with the guy to the left who looks like a deputy? Or do you think somebody from the audience is going to have a conflict? What do you guys think is going to happen? Michelle says his lawyer loses it. Wow. Yeah, maybe. It's possible. She looks a little on edge. She just starts knocking him out. Boom, boom, boom. I need to put this down. I feel like a little kid with this thing. Oh, here we go. Here, let me start way up here. The guy in the gallery standing up. Close, but actually no. Because you were so specific, you were very close, but because you were so specific, the answer is no. Colt says audience or his own attorney. Someone in the audience is going to get taken down. Oh, shit. The judge is going to flip out. Oh, man. Imagine the judge.
Fatality.
That was the judge. Let's see if I got another one. Jill's like, stop teasing. Well, I'm scrolling through like a million of these little sound, these little clips, these little samples. See, Vanessa says, my eye went to him first. Yeah, you're close. His lawyer. Audience member goes for the guy in the jumpsuit. We're getting close. Jim Cook wants a fart noise. Let me see if I got one. How is there no fart joke or fart sounds on here? It's horrible. Oh, we got the John Cena.
His name is John Cena.
Oh, I should play that during this.
And his name is John. Bruh.
Bruh. If I find one, Jim, I'm gonna do. I'll play it. This is where the prisoner that's waiting takes off. Yeah, I think he's done and he's getting ready to leave. So he's done. They're like, okay, we'll see you on such and such date, and he's getting ready to walk out. That one was scary. His mom. Michelle. Oh. His mom. Yeah, that podium is kind of lame. But it's on wheels, so technically, is it a podium? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. SB74, very perceptive. Look at the squad of people hanging out in the background there. Like, there's a whole crew right there. And look at the security. One deputy. It's about to go down. Oh, I better get the John Cena ready. Hold on. Because it is going down. All right, here we go.
Thank you. Okay, the day before you're inserted. Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. I
They got him, I think.
He's wrong.
The guy screaming is the guy in the black. The Vanessa thing.
He's wrong. killed my niece. I got Netflix father. We got the best thing I can do is just stay calm. Okay? Just stay calm. Get him out. We got him. He ain't ready.
I couldn't get the John Cena to work. I was like, oh shit, not working.
Get out. I just step out. Step out.
Both of you are out.
Potts, let's go.
Both out, Potts. Go too.
She's like, help.
Judge.
Please take her downstairs for information.
Judge.
Right now. I'm coming.
Don't go in the hallway, Judge.
I'm not. Go, Lana. Lana there.
Like, hell no, I ain't going in that hallway. She's like, I know you ain't gonna help me. The judge, help.
That's what we supposed to do. That's our problem. Shut up. Yeah,
He said, that's what we supposed to do. He said, shut up. He said, I. When Debo come around, I'll be quiet. When he leave, I'll be talking again. All right. I think part 2 is just where they bring some of them back through. Let me see. Yeah, pretty sure.
Put that taser away.
Pretty short.
Okay. Okay, calm down.
Yes, ma'am.
The old guy with the taser, look, he got it in his hand.
It's got away from you.
Back yourself. Back yourself.
Calm. That's not going to help the situation. It's not going to help your
Back
loved one.
yourself.
It's not going to help your loved one. Okay? So, this just kind of went bad today.
He's like, I'm trying to get the hell out of here. So, damn, I'm still here. Did somebody call my name? Hold on, I'm going to check right out here in the hallway. I'll be right back.
It'll be okay. Just like you'll be right.
I got keys here. But I need keys. My personal keys. Sir, I think you dropped them in the hall.
It just kind of got...
Got him! Got him!
Somebody need to take this one. Yeah, it took, I think I counted, it was like 3 minutes before there was any order. The dude who was wanted for murder was literally running around free. He was running around free.
Chris, me want to walk her? Yeah, take her to the right since they used
The guards left him, went and handled them, and he was running around. Like, what the?
Tom, I think that's it. Well, there's maybe a couple on another cell. I don't know. Hello?
Here comes Dad Boy. So shit was up.
My name is Jeff.
Oh, this is too funny. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, now this next one is nuts.
Mother says her family is lucky to be alive after they were shot at while in a car. That woman is charged with several counts of attempted murder. WREG's Marcus Hunter spoke with the victim who says this was not an isolated incident.
Kanisha Robertson says she fears for her life after she says a woman with a grudge shot at her and her children while she was driving.
All I heard was boom, and my whole back window shattered.
According to police reports, Angel Jackson was following Robertson while hanging out the window of a car holding a gun.
I just see the car speeding up behind me. blowing the horn, blowing the horn.
The victim told police as she was turning south
like
onto
the Wild
Austin
West.
P from Yale Road. That is when she heard several shots.
The bullet went past my oldest daughter's head and went straight into the front seat. And if my oldest son, he rides in my front seat, my oldest son would have been in my truck, my oldest son would have been shot in the head.
Kenesha Robertson says Jackson started harassing her and her family after she learned Jackson was having an affair with her now ex-husband.
I was pregnant when she was messing with my husband. So she has a grudge against my 10-month-old son. That's the one she's always talking about. She's gonna shoot in the head.
Court records show Jackson has already been to jail twice in Shelby County for aggravated assault against Robertson. According to an incident report obtained by WREG, one of those previous cases involved her allegedly threatening Robertson and her son with a gun. Robertson says she is not sure what else she can do to protect her family.
She has no respect for authority. Y'all calling telling her to stay away from me. That's not doing anything.
Jackson is now charged with 4 counts of criminal attempted first-degree murder. In Raleigh, Marcus Hunter, WREG News Channel.
Wow. Oh, I found another one. That's that old school Grand Theft Auto one. All right. Well, let me check on the chat real quick. Yeah, you would. That'd be crazy. You'd be like the new warden. Side chick problems for real. This lady was chasing this woman and shooting at her. Oh, hold on. Hello, Bill. Bill, is that you?
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
What's up? You're live on the air, man. What's going on?
Yeah, can I get 3 large pepperoni pizzas and about 90 wings? What's going on, dude?
Let me see if I got something for you on that one. No, this is all I got.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
You got I see you got a sound effects machine that you like playing with?
It's just a little app. Like here's a good one. Classic.
I can't hear it over on my end.
Oh, you can't hear the Jaws?
No, I can't hear anything, any of the sound effects that you just played.
Oh, that's awesome.
I got my TV on mute.
That means I can make fun of people that call in, then they won't even know it.
Yeah, they'll have no idea until they rewatch it later.
They'll be like, damn it, that son of a gun.
Wah, wah.
What's going on, man?
No, and I just wanted to call in and say what's up. I haven't called in a while.
Were you watching some of these
buddy?
Were you watching some of these videos?
Yeah, I caught the one where there's a courtroom brawl.
Oh, that was
or whatever.
crazy. Did you see him they actually chased him like into the back area where they keep the little jail, where they keep him held? Little holding area.
Will they dogpile him?
They got him. I even seen a woman. She took off. She was like in full stride. She like drifted around the corner. Yeah, they got him for sure. They got some licks in, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, if you ever did a show on just courtroom brawls, you'd have material for weeks.
Well, what's funny is that video, it's like an hour long, right? And I put all the links in the description. It's like an hour long, and there's all these boring court hearings like DUI, parking, littering, resisting arrest, and then boom, here's this one out of nowhere. Like right towards the end. Fucking courtroom brawl. The judge is bored, ready to go have a drink after work. You know.
It's always fun to see the ones where the family members like just lay out these pieces of garbage.
Yeah, how do you not? And that one lady was like, "I'm doing my job," and I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, you're right. You killed your two of your family members. I mean, what?" It's like it's their fault for not protecting him. Like, why wouldn't you? You're standing right there. There he is. Like, yeah, go punch him right in the damn face.
Yeah, and I'd love to see them find any jury that would convict them of that.
Yeah, it'll probably be dropped. Maybe. I think. Well, they started being dicks. In the last video, you can kind of hear them. Maybe I didn't even add this part in, but they were like pushing him into the back to take him into custody, and they were like, "Oh, and I smell something. What's that?" Kind of like maybe smell like weed or something on the guy, and he was going to start pressing him.
Yeah, like back off, buddy, or you're gonna have some bracelets on you too. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch this whole show. Episode 1 was awesome, so
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna have to catch up on this one.
we're
too.
actually going to end on some Delphi stuff. So, I mean, if you want to jump in, I'm going to leave the whole end part just for open discussion, and there's not going to be any videos. So if you want to call back in, man, we can just literally just sit there and chop it up.
All right. See, I don't know how I'm gonna do this because I can't hear what you're hearing.
Yeah, so I mean, if I would go back to the show and then call back in towards the end.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I'll just all right. I understand what you mean.
Okay.
All righty, man. Yeah, I'll talk to you in a minute.
All right.
Peace.
Bye. All right. And that goes for anybody. I can have up to 4 callers at one time. So at the end of all of this, when we're going through all this craziness, if you need to comment on it or you want to comment on anything that we've seen, call in. You know, probably won't hang out too long on the phone. But hey, if you need to get it off your chest, I may or may not make fun with this little soundboard here, but you have to find out later, apparently. This next one is titled "Man Fleeing Police Tries to Steal a School Bus." Definitely drugs involved or some kind of nefarious plot. Check this out.
From possibly being stolen. This happened in Osceola County last week. The camera on the bus caught the entire incident on tape. Fox 35 anchor Ray Vieta is here to walk us through the video. Ray?
Hey, Marlisa, this is really incredible video. A scary situation on board a school bus avoided. The district says it's all thanks to the attendant. Osceola County Schools put out a video release explaining what happened. Take a look. The district says the bus had dropped off all the kids already for the day. The driver pulled over at a gas station to use the bathroom. The attendant started to sweep and clean the bus. That's when someone is seen on video jumping into the bus and getting behind the wheel. The attendant knew she had to get off the bus.
Like a ninja.
As she did, take a look at what she did. She pressed the parking brake, which makes it hard to start the bus right away. In the video release, the attendant explained what she was thinking. She didn't want her face shown.
And she has the broom.
There's nothing I can do because I'm already in the bus. So I have to try to come out because those people, they always have a gun.
And you can see shortly after she gets off, deputies arrive and capture their suspect. The attendant says this situation is a good reminder to fellow colleagues to be aware of their surroundings. The district is praising her for her quick thinking. Marley.
Nice. Impressive. I was impressed by that lady. He said, "Get off the bus." So she complied, but she complied while holding a weapon and stalling him by hitting the parking button. And then she still didn't leave. She kind of stayed out of range to where she could hide if she needed to. Let's see if we got something for her. Oh, yeah, here's a good one.
Smash, smash, smash.
You guys remember Kai, the Hatchet Man? Yeah, she was super quick with it. Yeah, she's got reflexes of a fucking cheetah. What's up, Frank? Good to see you, buddy. All right. We haven't even like scratched the surface. Well, I guess we did. Almost halfway. What the hell is going on? This dude ain't even in a car. Oh man, I gotta have something for this. Wow. There's just too many. Here, maybe this one. No. That one might be in bad taste. Damn, they're gonna have to make all that tea, all that coffee. He's like, now what? Next time I tell you to put bacon on that shit. Right? You can put bacon on it.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Huh?
Catch me outside. How about that?
How about that? All right, now this guy's freaking nuts. And we know about, about this kind of craziness. Lewd acts from the topics we cover.
He exposed himself inside of 2 stores.
And investigators say that there could be more victims. Channel 2's Steve Gelbach is live in Canton. And Steve, you learned the suspect actually worked at one of those stores.
According to his arrest affidavit, police reports he was employed here at this Kohl's last month when he flashed a 14-year-old boy. And then just 2 days ago, police say he did it again at a store right across the highway. Police arrested 48-year-old Donald Harris on 2 counts of public indecency, lewd exposure.
It's a good way to get yourself killed.
Through video footage.
Ken police say he was caught on camera inside this Kohl's, where we confirmed he was working the evening of July 28th. The 14-year-old victim was with his family.
Mr. Harris exposed himself while they were in the business shopping.
I called and briefly spoke with the teen victim's mother.
Supersize that shit.
I also talked to another victim, a woman in her 40s, who says Harris exposed
I told
herself
you
Tuesday
no ketchup
around the lunch hour inside this Canton Hobby Lobby. But she says she does not think he was an employee, just another customer.
There is a possibility that this has occurred other than, the 2 incidents that we are aware of.
That's why Canton police want to speak to anyone else who may have encountered Harris in the same shopping area here off I-575 along Cumming Highway or anywhere else.
It could not just be centralized.
Oh yeah, she got
to
pissed
Canton.
too.
I mean, this could have occurred in other jurisdictions. So we would ask that, and urge that if anyone has had any type of an incident like this, to just definitely give us a call.
These 2 charges are misdemeanors, and I checked this afternoon. Harris was booked and bonded out yesterday from the Cherokee County Jail on a $1,500
Flashers seem to
bond.
escalate in their
Live in
assault
Canton, Steve
crimes to
Gelbach,
like
Channel 2.
Sarah Everard killer, the cop. Yeah, it's like a gateway crime. It's almost like they're It's like they get that adrenaline from doing something crazy, risky. All right, now this next one's actually really scary. It looks like an attempted abduction. First, I found the surveillance footage, and then I found an actual report. So we'll just watch it in the order in which I found it. If that's okay with you guys.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Let's see what else we got. I don't know if I like those ones. You see that guy? He's dressed in all black. Okay, so you have a young, I think she was like 10, I think she's 10. She's running for her life around the corner. She stops. It looks like to catch her breath, maybe tie her shoe. She's like, "Oh man, I need to tie my shoe." And then right coming around the corner at the exact same time is the man all in black. Asking for a friend. Oh my, you guys are insane. Oh damn, D. What the hell? You living in where they got the where you're having weather issues?
Video is haunting. You can see a tiny 10-year-old running down the sidewalk near Bennett Elementary in Fort Lauderdale Thursday morning. She pauses a moment to catch her breath before taking off again. On the right of the screen, a man dressed in all black. He's seen walking towards her and then turning back around before disappearing around the corner.
If you have any information, please give us a call. Of course, I absolutely will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Today, Fort Lauderdale police officers passed out flyers with a photo from the video, describing the suspect as 35 years old, around 5'10", 6 feet tall, short brown hair with a receding hairline and glasses.
It's really scary that it's so close to home, especially we should be in a safe neighborhood. You know, it's a lot of families in here.
He was seen in a black cargo van with possible damage to the rear taillight. Police say the man made 2 attempts, 2 days in a row, first in that black van, offering candy, and then on foot, both times.
It kind of scares me to hear that he has damage on his vehicle, because a lot of the stories that I've covered when it comes to true crime, what these perps will do is they'll covet their victim, and they'll maybe somebody running or somebody walking, and they'll use their vehicles and they'll just ram them, boom, and then once they kind of hit them, they'll pick them up and then they'll abduct them.
She got
I
away.
wonder, that's what that makes me think of.
We're looking for him.
Somebody has to go through, you know,
This guy's like, he looks like a chomo.
Trying to lure kids in by giving them candy. I mean, that's a sick individual.
Police say seconds before you see her running, a passerby noticed something was off and stepped in, telling the girl to run and alert police. Neighbors say if he comes back, they'll be watching.
We catch up with him sooner or later. Somebody will see him.
It's like, I know I'm gonna find that motherfucker. All right, so I think we are gonna hang out here just for a moment, and then we're gonna get into the final stories. Darrell Brooks and Cairo Jordan, the updates with that. And then we're going to talk about what's going on in Delphi with the sheriff's office. Numbers at the bottom if you want to call. Something real quick, and then we're going to save the end, and we can conference call. So anybody that wants to call in and talk Delphi or about anything that we've discussed, feel free. Otherwise, we'll just hang out in the chat for about 15, 20 minutes. All right, the next one is the case of Darrell Brooks. Waukesha Parade. Suspect, I don't know if you guys remember. Christmas Parade. This guy went driving and plowed over a bunch of people. This is him just after committing that crime.
Hey, I called an Uber, and I'm supposed to be waiting for it over here, but I don't know when it's coming. Can you call it for me, please? I'm homeless. I don't know. It's him. Oh, yeah, for sure. My ID. Whoa. 26, 500 block of Elizabeth, 126.
Rehearsed a well-prepared speech, so I'm just going to speak from the heart.
I think he represented himself in court. It was kind of a crazy trial.
I would just like to first say that
I think he was recently convicted of first-degree murder.
I want to bring to remembrance something I think everyone in this room has been taught pretty much as far back as we can remember, is that there's always two sides to every story.
No remorse. Like,
and for so long now, roughly a year, there's only truly been one side told of this story. And I've sat back and watched from countless narratives that's been put out there, the way this incident has been portrayed at times, and finally everyone getting a chance to get the full story. You won't hear me try to argue facts.
Yeah, he kind of does sound like Ice-T.
The fact is that this incident was tragic. Very tragic. That's not lost on me. Facts are that there's still a lot of people healing. A lot of families healing. On both sides. And when I'm confident that the evidence will show, sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. When I'm confident that the evidence will show is that this incident was not planned. This incident was not intentional. And this incident was never even thought about. It's easy to I'm sorry. Just a second.
Damn, son, you just hit with the wow effect.
I think it's
who did that?
It's easy to look at the magnitude of something like this and form opinions. I think it's easy to disregard a lot of factors. And I think in reference to what I stated earlier, it's easy to forget the other side of the coin. There's been a lot of suffering involved in this incident. A lot. Obviously, with the families.
This guy's got a lot of nerve.
With the community. And even the alleged defendant's family as well. There's been a lot of suffering. A lot of misunderstanding.
Already did.
And I just want you to keep in mind
he was trying to win the Emmy.
Everything that will be presented in its totality. Keep in mind.
Totality.
I don't give a fuck.
The power that you have.
Man, they got him on premeditated murder.
I believe
Illuminati confirmed.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
That should escape your knowledge. This has been a long process for everybody.
Yeah, I guess you got to listen to him, right?
One eternity later.
And what I believe is when it's time for you to make your decision, all of you,
Run.
believe me. And I pray that it's the right decision.
Like, what is he crying about?
That all the factors are weighed. There's been a lot of words thrown out there about the alleged.
A
lot of speculation, a lot of ridicule. Words like demon.
That sounds appropriate.
Words like monster.
Yeah. Closer. So yeah, that goes on for a while. So this guy's basically was defending himself. So in a way, the court kind of has to listen to him, you know? Off with his head.
Wow.
One eternity later. Oh yeah, he's going away. Oxygen thief. I don't know if you guys have heard the updates about the boy found in the Las Vegas suitcase. No, apparently a mushroom hunter found him. His name is Cairo Jordan, and I believe his mother is wanted for murder. I don't know if she's been arrested yet or not.
"5 years old. Plus, they released the exact location where a mushroom hunter found the body, the suitcase, on East Holder Road. WHS 1119's Tom Lally is there tonight with families and officers, hoping this information leads to answers.
It's a lot of stuff to process.
The boy found just off their road.
I mean, in our little community, something dramatic, so sorry.
There are few words and fewer answers, so police are releasing new information in hopes of finding the person responsible.
He did not put himself there and wind up approximately 80 feet off the roadway in a heavily wooded area by himself.
He was found in this closed suitcase. The name brand is Revo. It's the kind you would remember seeing. We're also learning new information about the unidentified child through an autopsy just completed today.
Based on the dental condition, the teeth were clean, in good shape. He appeared well cared for. And we're also saying, based on the teeth, that we're looking at a child probably around 5 years old. So we were saying 5 to 8, probably closer to the 5-year age range at this point.
For the first time tonight, we can say that we are in the same woods where this boy's body was found. I talked with neighbors who live along the road. They say it's a rural area. They only see cars on this road if they're visiting someone here or if they got lost and they're turning around.
I can't imagine putting a child in a suitcase and just tossing them on the side of the road.
Neighbors here say they're nervous to speak out but feel compelled to give a voice to the kid.
I'd like to know a name. I don't know why that means so much to me. Everybody has a name.
Police say that information would be their biggest clue.
If we can identify this young man, then it's going to go forward. The investigation can take leaps and bounds forward.
But right now, they're still waiting for someone to come forward with this child's identity and for lab results on a toxicology report, which will take weeks. At the moment, this is what they have: a distinctive suitcase found in the woods, evidence they're hoping someone recognizes.
In a suitcase in southern Indiana.
The man was hunting for mushrooms near Pekin in Washington County, and that's when he found a hard suitcase, and you can see this print of Las Vegas on the outside.
As police are still now working to identify the body, new tonight at 6 o'clock, Tom Lally from our sister station in Louisville takes us deep into the woods where the man made that horrible discovery.
Jeff Meredith calls this place heaven. It's the woods outside his home. He says he can sit for hours every day and just watch it. But on one day, April 16th, he found something out of place. It was a boy, and now it's his mission to find that boy's name.
When I first saw that little feller, immediately I felt that he was telling me, help me. I need help.
It was late that Saturday. Jeff Meredith was out in the woods of his property looking for mushrooms.
And I decided to cross over and mushroom hunt on this side here. And I come up on the body.
The body of a boy in a suitcase 80 feet off the road. Jeff thought to call police, but he told me he'd feel like a fool if they got there and it was just a suitcase, so he opened it.
It's wrong. God, is it wrong? In every way.
Nearly 2 weeks later, it's tough for him to get close to that spot again.
It bothers me, but it ain't about me. It's about that little boy that they threw away like it's a piece of trash. That's what bothers me worse than anything in the world, because I've got 5 grandbabies.
3 of them are around that boy's age. He's a proud grandpa who cared for his kids so that they could one day raise their own.
This is the blessing of life, to watch them develop into the little human beings that they will be later on.
One little human will never get to be more. Jeff's learning to accept he can't control that, but he hopes to convince someone to come forward with information on the death and, most importantly, a name.
He deserves to have a name, you know? Just like you and I, we've got a name, and we want a name put on our stone after we're gone. And he deserves that. So if anybody out there knows anything, please come forward. Because that little 5-year-old boy needs you now more than ever, to give him his dignity back to him.
Right now, for the mother of a little boy found dead in a suitcase in southern Indiana.
That woman made Facebook posts just days before a mushroom hunter found her son's body, saying her son was possessed by a demon, and talked of an exorcism. That's according to court documents just released around noon today. And now state police want you to take a very good look at DeJuan Anderson's picture. They shared it with us during a press conference at 10:30 this morning.
DeJuan is the boy's mother. She was last seen in the Echo Park area of Los Angeles. This is the case that has spanned 6 months.
And as we learned today, it's involved police over much of the country. Until now, this picture of a suitcase was about the only thing we knew about this little boy. And tonight we're finally getting some answers about who this little boy was and what may have happened to him before that mushroom hunter found his body in a suitcase in Washington County back in April. Our Rich Nye traveled back to southern Indiana today.
And Rich learned why Indiana State Police believe DeJuan Anderson murdered her son, 5-year-old Cairo Jordan.
Investigators found a fingerprint on a trash bag in the suitcase with the boy's body that led them to DeJuan Anderson, the mother of 5-year-old Cairo Jordan. Indiana State Police have not yet found Anderson. She's now wanted for murder. Just this morning, we learned more about the death of a little boy found in a suitcase in southern Indiana. A mushroom hunter found this Las Vegas suitcase in the woods of eastern Washington County April 16th. A black boy's body was inside. An autopsy determined the boy died from an electrolyte imbalance. In June, the fingerprint match was made to 37-year-old DeJuan Anderson. Another fingerprint from the trash bag in the suitcase matched 40-year-old Dawn Coleman. The cell phones of both women placed them in the area of Pekin April 14th, 2 days before the suitcase was found. Coleman's social media accounts include photos and videos of her with a Las Vegas suitcase. Court records document social media posts from both women that indicate they thought the boy was demon-possessed. 8 days before the body was discovered, Coleman posted, "Nothing is what it seems, and we are catering to evil beings and children avatars that aren't even children." And 5 days before the body was discovered, Anderson posted, "I have survived the death attacks from my 5-year-old throughout the 5 years he has been alive. I have been able to weaken his powers through our blood." Sergeant Kerry Holes fought his emotions this morning as he identified the boy for the first time after the 6-month investigation.
He was Cairo Jordan.
Cairo is from Atlanta and would have turned 6 this week. His father, Vincent Jordan, posted photos of Cairo on Facebook. Vincent said he had not seen his son since 2017 when Anderson took him away in a custody battle.
Well, Indiana State Police tracked down Dawn Coleman and arrested her in San Francisco a week ago. She's charged with neglect and obstruction of justice. Police went to the Los Angeles area but did not find the mother.
Case of the little boy's body found in a suitcase in rural Washington County, Indiana. Indiana State Police announcing Cairo Jordan was the boy found back in April. In a news conference earlier this morning, ISP detailed how they identified the boy in the suitcase and, more importantly, the main suspects in the case, including his mother. On April 16th of this year, a mushroom hunter came across this suitcase on an isolated road in Washington County, Indiana. When officers responded, they found a young black child inside with no visible cause of death. For months, there were no witnesses or family members who came forward to claim the boy, and no matches to any missing children. Police took in thousands of tips, but they led to nothing. Then, finally, a match with the fingerprints on trash bags found inside the suitcase, leading police to 2 suspects. Today, that break in the case, ISP identifying 2 women, one of whom is in custody, the other is still on the run. Tom Lally joins us from Salem this evening. Tom.
Grace, I want to put this little boy's death into perspective with what it meant here in the community. And I want to show you his grave. It is surrounded by flowers and toys. These weren't left behind after we learned this boy's name. They were when he was laid to rest just a short while ago here by the community. This headstone partially funded by Salem itself, the town. And it reads, "A beloved little boy known but to God." And Jeff Meredith, the man who found that boy not too long ago, just 6 months ago, said he was fearful that he would go the rest of his life without ever knowing this boy's name. But he said he believed in a promise made to him by Indiana State Police.
I'll never forget that words that state trooper told me. There's not going to be a moment lost that we won't be looking and trying to help this little feller. And he promised me, and he came through, that he would find who done this.
At this time, we can also identify, identify the young man that was found in the suitcase. He was Cairo Jordan.
Cairo Jordan? Man, that sounds so good. Cairo Jordan.
The boy Jeff found dead and in a suitcase just off this road, where a small white flag still marks the spot. Of course, today's news only bittersweet. The woman facing murder charges still at large.
DeJuan Anderson, 37, of Atlanta, Georgia, who is the mother the deceased child.
The probable cause affidavit shows Anderson sent Facebook messages claiming her son was a demon who tried to harm her. She wrote to an Indiana pastor saying she believed he was actually 100 years old and she used blood for some kind of exorcism. In reality, he was a defenseless 5-year-old boy who an entire community rallied around, and Indiana State Police were able to identify.
It feels like the weight of the world went off my shoulder because I got his name now. I did not want to go out of this world without knowing that little boy's name. Because when I first saw that little feller's face, it was like he was screaming help to me. The only help I know to do is to call 911. And that's what I did.
And it worked.
Yeah. Thank God for the Indiana State Troopers.
And you can see on the headstone, there's enough space to put Cairo's full name, Cairo Amar Jordan, which we now know. And I actually talked with the cemetery. They say it'll be there as soon as possible.
Crazy story. There's still a huge part of that story we don't know. Like, why were they in Indiana? Why were they into all this like satanic stuff? Something's going on. Yeah, they were sweet. You can hear some kind of pain in their voice, like maybe they were having a hard time maybe having kids, or maybe they lost a child or something. You know, it's kind of like we would have took care of him, you know. Type of, that's what I was sensing. All right, we're going to watch one more video and then we're going to close it out for about another 10, 15 minutes. If anybody wants to call, hang out, have a question, just want to chop it up, feel free to call. This is going to be the last one. Crazy. That's just pure craziness. All right, guys, we got 10 minutes. I'm going to hang out. Anything can happen in 10 minutes. And I got all these little buttons. Charlie Murphy says, something really corrupt going on in Delphi. Doug Carter never mentions Lesenby or gives him out his investigators props. Yeah, I've noticed that. And why were there so many FBI agents involved? I mean, I wonder if there is some kind of corruption going on or incompetence. Like, it could only be one or the other. Either way, it's not good for justice and, you know, justice for the girls. I agree, Teresa. And they still can, I think. What up, Bill?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's good?
So we've been told this entire time, oh, every single resource we have available to us is being used, and we're finding out no, they're not using every single resource available to them.
Not even close.
Crazy. Crazy, man. Like, this case just keeps getting weirder and weirder and weirder. It's like we're under the impression that they have like unlimited resources and they're doing everything they can, and then like stuff like this comes up that brings that into question. But the other side of that is this guy just posturing because he got hurt that he didn't get the position.
Yeah, it doesn't mean he's going to win his case. Also, I wonder if he's a murder sheet source, because they said he was law enforcement. He seems like he would have motivation to, kind of leak that information.
Interesting thought there. Yeah, possibly. Which makes him a piece of garbage because you shouldn't be leaking things.
Yeah, that's true. Unless he's trying to help. Unless he thinks he's trying to help. He did make a comment. He's like, well, you got people on social media, they speculate and they have all these wild theories. And I do agree with him on that. That does happen. And the only reason stuff like that happens is because law enforcement isn't communicating with the public. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it seems like some things, like, they should just be able to say, okay, it's definitely not that guy's, okay? But they just don't.
It's also vague.
So, like, all we do know basically is you can cut half of the population of Delphi out because half the population is female, and that's about it. And it's not babies and it's not toddlers, probably.
Right. Well, even that freaking guy, it's like everybody looks like the bridge guy. Even the guy who found the little boy in the suitcase.
Yep.
It's like, oh my gosh.
He's like Indiana man archetype.
With that voice, with that accent. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. It kind of made me miss being in Indiana.
Yeah, that
older Indiana man.
And I think
cool.
And I think he used the word feller.
Yeah, little feller.
Little feller.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of feel bad laughing at it in the context of what she was using.
Well, we're just kind of laughing how sweet the guy was, really.
Yeah. He seemed like a cool dude out there picking mushrooms. I wonder if he was out there, doing it for recreation, or if he like sells them or something like that.
It's a big thing out in Indiana.
Oh, they got like natural growing mushrooms or something.
Yeah, Radar will tell us what kind it is. It's right. It's escaping me right now, but it's right on the tip of my tongue.
That's the stuff they use, like the pigs to sniff out or whatever, the truffles.
Yes, it sounds like truffles, and it's got like these weird. It looks like little brains growing on the top. Like,
yeah, man, those are expensive.
Morels, yeah, morels.
Morels.
Yeah, thank you, BN. Yeah, it's a big deal over there. They do a lot of that near the High Bridge too. And along those rivers, they get in canoes and they hunt mushrooms along the edge of the river.
Yeah, it's probably fun.
Yeah, I don't know what they do. I think it's for cooking. Is it cooking or is it like a magic mushroom? I'll go hunting for some magic mushrooms any day.
Speaking of things people do around there that I didn't actually get a chance to do, I occasionally do geocaching, and I should have checked some of the geocaches while I was out there.
Yeah, I wonder if they're still
'Cause
there. I wonder if they're active right there.
Yeah, I know, because I know that was like an early theory early
True
on.
Crime Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad theory.
Not
I
at
mean,
all.
because anybody can geocache. I mean, well, there's certain ones that are like premium or whatever, but yeah,
Well, you're trying
anybody
to,
can go out and geocache.
yeah, because you're looking for motive and you're looking for opportunity.
Yeah. True Crime Jesus still creates content, right?
Yeah, he doesn't seem as active, but there was some heavy trolling going on from what I understand, but he's still up. I think the resurrection is up.
Yeah, because he's one of the channels I enjoy. I don't agree with everything, but he certainly presents it in a very entertaining way.
Yeah, he's like, use your brain. That's all it seems like he's asking.
So yeah, man, you got infighting rather than investigating going on.
Well,
really annoying to hear.
My short experience with law enforcement was, okay, so I tipped something in, and then I did a live stream, and then I got an email from Tony Leggett. And then once he got the information, about a month later, somebody else requested the information through state police. And then when state police reached out to Tony Leggett to request information from him, they refused to communicate.
Oh, wow.
So these people who are asking, like, it's pathetic. They're asking a YouTuber for help. You know, they're like, hey, man, I know you were talking about somebody, blah, blah, blah. Oh, hold on. I got another call. But stay on the line. I can bring him in.
Yep.
Let me see.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2. Okay, I've sent the caller to voicemail. At any time, you may press star to join the call.
All right, you there?
Hey, this is Ruckus.
Oh, it's Ruckus.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Hang on.
Hello? Who do I have on the line? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes. What's up, brother?
Who do I have right now? Who's on the phone? Hello?
Are you there?
Yes, can you not hear me?
Ruckus?
Hold on. All right. So if I could have Bill and Ruckus call me right back. I think I was hitting the wrong button here. You just have to say your name clearly so I know who's calling.
Call from.
Yo, it's Bill.
Hello, Bill.
Yo, what's going on, brother?
Not much. Okay, so Ruckus, if you want to call in, I should be able to add you right to this call. But you got to say your name so I know it's you.
Yeah, I don't know what you did when you tried to switch over to him, but it hung up on me.
Like instantly?
Yeah, like right away.
Oh shit. Yeah,
You're
it's
like,
weird.
yeah, hold on a second, I'm gonna, and then it hung right up on me.
It's funny because when he called in, all these weird options popped up in the bottom. I was like, I didn't know which to pick. I know I have to hit 5 though, and it should add him, so I'm gonna do that right off the bat.
That's all right, brother. We're gonna get all these bugs worked out.
Yeah, this is a little bit new, this platform.
Yeah, I don't mind calling in every once in a while so you can figure this stuff out.
Yeah, and
I can call in on Susan's phone too.
Here we go.
so-
Let's try this again. Okay, so it said end and accept, so I need to hit this one.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2. To accept, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. To accept, I'm sorry, 1. I didn't catch that. Voicemail, press 2.
Hello?
Hey, brother.
All right, one moment.
Okay.
All right, do I have both you guys here on the line?
I'm on. I can hear you.
Bill, you there?
Oh, dude, I understand the whole thing.
All right, Bill, are you there?
Yep, I'm still here.
All right, so we got Ruckus
All right.
and Bill.
Now I understand there's a little lag.
Okay. What's up, Ruckus?
How you doing, Bill?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How's life treating you?
Life's treating me good. Life's treating me good.
What's on your mind, Ruckus?
All right, Sleuth.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
All right, Sleuth, what do you think's going on with this? The kid they found in the suitcase.
I don't know. That's a really strange one. I mean, it would be really easy to set the mother up if she's already deceased. They can make it look like she might be the person who did it, when really it could have been some weird freaks, and then who were in cahoots with the mom's friend or something. I really don't know. So maybe she's not alive. Maybe she's not living either.
Yeah, because they did say in that report that she is currently missing and wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she's either dead herself or she's in hiding.
Yeah, because I mean, they were talking about demons, and I wonder if they thought he was possessed, so they put him in the suitcase to confine him. Maybe, I don't know.
So what kind of drugs is that? PCP?
I don't know, man.
Well, it's
That's
not
meth.
necessarily drugs. It's not necessarily drugs. In that, I mean, PCP and meth, I mean, you could jump right to that. But she's having mental issues, and so is her friend. But my question is, where is the rest of the family? Somebody loved that kid.
Well, the father, he was kind of pushed, I guess, to the outside and wasn't allowed to see the boy, so he wasn't really able to. He was just like thinking the kid's fine, with his mom. That's no excuse for that guy.
Well, that's what, and that's what's ignorant. It's going to go right to, it's neglect. We all perceive neglect differently, don't we? We all grew up with moms and dads, so neglect is different to everybody.
Yeah.
But he died of, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Like neglect, as in like just being left in that suitcase, possibly.
No, he was dead before he went in the suitcase.
Oh, really?
That's why, unfortunately, it's not going to be a murder case, Sleuth. Which pisses me off.
It's going to be like
I mean,
a
he's
tampering with a corpse type thing.
Exactly, and how bullshit is that? Give me a break. Yeah, give me a break.
But what about the satanic stuff?
Well, mental health, as far as law enforcement goes, is huge, and you know that.
Yeah.
It's these people need help, and that's what it's going to boil down to. They're going to say, "Well, she needs help," and they're going to write it off as that. And her friends are going to walk. I've seen it a million times. Well, hundreds of times. I can't say millions, but hundreds of times I've seen it.
We get what you mean. Enough. You've seen it
Yeah.
enough. Might as well be a
Yeah.
million.
And it's going to happen again. You and I both know that. It's going to happen over and over and over.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of real sick people out there that, whether it be mental illness, drugs, or just the demons within.
I agree. And it's the ones that haven't been caught yet that scares you.
Mm-hmm. The ones running around right now.
Exactly. And they have control over children who they don't know what it is yet. They don't know when they're being neglected. They have no idea. They're children. That's our job as adults, to protect these children. But if there's nobody there to protect them, this is what happens. And it's bullshit. And Sleuth, I apologize. I don't know if it was you or one of your moderators that put me on timeout. Typing and text doesn't have any tone of voice.
Wasn't me. What'd you say?
I wasn't trying to be an asshole or anything, but sometimes it come across as that. I'm abrasive at best.
It must have been really bad.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, I didn't think it was at all because I'm involved in a live podcast myself. So.
Oh, I know what it was. You said
Did
something.
D put you in the corner?
No, he said something about
I think so.
Bill and his beard missing or something.
No, I didn't say anything like that.
Yeah, I'm temporarily shaven.
But that's fine. I'm okay with that. It's cool as hell that you let me come on and we could talk.
Yeah, anytime, man. I'm glad you decided to do it.
This was fantastic.
Some people get kind of nervous about it. They're like, "Oh man," but really, I'm just this guy with a computer, and I'm just talking on a microphone right now to you guys, hanging out.
No, you're the bomb.com dude.
Thanks.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about you. I'm involved with unresolved crimes.
Oh, okay.
With Frank.
Good channel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good dude. Frank is a good dude, man.
Yeah, dude, Frank's great. I mean, he's from the Netherlands. He doesn't have the whole English thing down yet, but I love him to death.
Yeah, he's a little snappy.
Oh, no, yeah, man.
Like
that dude's like super motivated and yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, he's feisty.
Yeah, we're working on a case right now where we actually, Heather's involved with us.
Oh yeah, they're all good. That whole
her mom
crew's
was
good.
killed by a serial killer. So
Oh, wow.
we're working on that right now. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm not here to plug anything. I just want to jump in to say,
Oh, I'm on to you now.
law enforcement has no control over mental health issues.
Well,
The
half
shit's going
of
on
them are
every day,
suffering with mental
everywhere.
health themselves.
Are you talking about law enforcement?
That job will take
Yeah.
a toll on
Suffering
you.
from-
PTSD for sure. That's a guarantee right there.
I'm a little biased because I'm retired law enforcement and my son's currently law enforcement. And
Oh, that's pretty sweet, man.
well, I look at shit through a different lens than
You're
everybody else
desensitized.
does. Dude, absolutely.
You're like
I'm
my buddy
desensitized.
CD.
Absolutely.
Like he'll just start talking about dead bodies and like bursting. If you know anything about the Delphi case, there's this presser, and he's talking about people getting shot in the face, getting stabbed, and all this, and everybody's just kind of like looking at him like this guy's crazy. But the truth is, he's just desensitized to it.
Yeah, dude. CD and I have emailed back and forth. He's a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's done a lot of special investigations.
Oh yeah.
So Yeah, so he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I listen
But
when
he
talks.
doesn't. Yeah, exactly. I listen when he talks as well. He's a great detective. He's a great detective. Now, not everybody who is a detective is great. We all understand that. We all know that.
So, having been in law enforcement, what's your take on this whole conflict within the Delphi investigation?
That's SOP, dude. That's standard operating procedure. Anybody in law enforcement that is above lieutenant, say captain, colonel, all that, every 4 years, if you're elected, you have to worry about your job. All of them do. Now, if you're a sergeant and a lieutenant, you may be okay. And I tried to talk my son out of law enforcement because of that. But he's one of those. I hated law enforcement. I did not want to do it. I got out of the Air Force. My kids were little, and there was a depression. So that's
Those are
why
the
I
best
did
cops. Those are the best kind of cops.
it. Yeah. But my son, from the time he was like 10, wanted to do it. And he's a great cop. He just got promoted out of an awesome position. And
yeah, good for him, man.
Congrats.
Because he wants to do the right thing. Yeah, well, my wife doesn't agree. She hated me being in law enforcement. Now she's really
it's probably nerve-wracking
my son is.
for her.
Yeah. Every year at Christmas, we would buy him a trauma plate for his vest.
Nice.
And he's such an asshole. He'd be like, "Well, Mom, I can get shot in the face." I was like, "Don't tell her that, dude. What the fuck's the matter with you?" You know?
You can get one of those armored helmets.
Yeah, none of that works. I mean, he was vice-and narcotics undercover. You can't wear any of that shit.
They're like, "What's that, bro?" "Oh, nothing. It's a new
Yeah,
style, new fashion."
But unfortunately, now he got promoted, so now he's on the road. You know, so
like highway.
People don't understand. They don't understand how the shit works with law enforcement at all. You know.
Yeah, I think that's our biggest problem is we like assume we know how the law works or even how the courts work when really we don't. We don't really. It's much more
Now,
simpler
dude, the
than we
courts,
think.
the courts are fucked up. The courts are fucked up. There's no doubt about that. You know, how did these assholes get out on appeal? Which is bullshit. But
or $1,000 bail.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I mean, it's crazy. Now, I'm not going to say I've seen everything, because as soon as I say that, I've seen it all. You know, shit happens.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, but dude, we're talking like domestic batteries, right? The judge will say no contact, and the wife or the husband will be there, no contact, and the wife or the husband will show up to pick up their spouse from the jail, and they both get arrested. Jeez. Human nature, you know, these people are dumb in general. All of us are. You know, so
it's our ego.
But as far as the reason I wanted to call in was, you know, with Delphi and all that, law enforcement knows everything that you're talking about, and we're all talking about, and we're all interested in. Law enforcement has already investigated it, and they've already cleared people, period. So I tell everybody, write your little notes, but take your pen, and if this person's cleared, make a line through it and never talk about it again, period.
What do you make of the good old boy statement from Tony Leggett?
The good old boy is alive and well. We all know that. Come on. I don't know what you do for a living, but there's good old boys there. You know, it's crazy. If you work at McDonald's, you get free Big Macs. If you're in law enforcement, you never have to worry about a speeding ticket. Pull your badge out when you get pulled over. It's just, it's not fair. It's not right, but it is what it is.
Human. There's always the human aspect.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
if I pulled over my
But-
brother, I'm not going to give him a ticket.
Exactly. Or your brother-in-law if you're smart.
Yeah. Or even maybe an
So-
Well, it
ex-boss.
depends
or
on how
something.
much my brother owes me.
It's Bill. I'm gonna be like, Bill,
Yeah.
what are you doing speeding, man? You shave that damn beard. You're all
Exactly,
aerodynamic.
Exactly. But we're talking about murder here, so it's a little different. But you know, I mean, here's what brought me to this case to start with. It's like, man, they have video and audio of this guy, and there's been no arrest. Give me a break. You know, as law enforcement, you know, it's like, how the hell?
What about tainted evidence?
But-
Fourth Amendment violations. Think any of that could be going on?
Well, you know, Fourth Amendment is, I mean, the easy way for everybody out there to remember Fourth Amendment is, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? So that's your Fourth Amendment right. But
Well,
when it
almost
comes
seems like
to
they lied a little bit in the Ron Logan affidavit. I wonder if they did the same thing when they searched the Kleins. Wonder if that's why he's so cocky.
Yeah, I'm here to tell you, in order to get a search warrant, you have to bring that to the judge. And the judges do not just sign off on anything, Sleuth. You know, they just don't sign off on anything. You have to be correct. So
It's a crime, right?
It's hard to explain, but you have to, if I was a detective in the Delphi case, I have to not be, well, I'm kind of sure. Well, all of this could have happened. It's not an online community type thing. I have to sell it to the prosecutor, and I have to be absolutely positive. Hey, here's what happened. Well, then it's the prosecutor's job to sell it to the jury. It only takes one person out of 12. That's all it takes. One person that has reasonable doubt, and everything's out the window. So you have to make sure that your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted, or you're going to get, I mean, look at just for big cases, we all know the OJ case. We all know the Casey Anthony case. Look what happened with those. It only takes one person. So you have to be sure before you go to the prosecutor. Say what?
Wasn't there law enforcement involved with the Casey Anthony one?
I don't think so.
I think her father.
I mean, we all got to watch it. We all watched that live on TV, didn't we?
Yeah, I think her father was law enforcement. So that reminds me of like the OJ and then also the good old boy thing.
Yeah, but he was, I mean, what was he in law enforcement? Ride along guy?
No,
a
I think he
reserve
was
guy?
retired sheriff's deputy or something like that.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he was a reserve type guy. In other words, a neighborhood watch at the end of the day. But I understand where you're coming from. And 90% of people are anti-law enforcement until they need them. Well, then law enforcement is the best thing for sliced bread. We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But
George
that's it.
Anthony
I
was
just wanted to
former
call
law
in.
enforcement in Ohio. What kind of law enforcement, Teresa? No, I'm curious.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Work security.
What kind of law enforcement was he? Yeah.
Well,
I
thanks,
mean,
Ruckus.
that happens. Yeah, that happens. No, it's great talking with you. I've heard a lot of great things about your station.
You gonna
I
hang
just
out?
got into
You gonna
this
be?
whole
You gonna
thing
hang out here
about 3
from-
weeks ago.
You gonna hang out from here on out?
Oh yeah, I
Good to have you.
subscribed and
to
I
have you.
clicked the bell. You're the bomb.com, dude.
Thanks,
I like
brother.
the way you operate.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Are you going to call in
So I'll
again
talk
and
to you soon.
talk to us about some of your experiences as law enforcement?
Yeah.
Yeah,
As long as I don't get
old war
kicked
stories.
out.
What was that, Bill?
Yeah, as long as I don't get kicked out, Bill.
What's that?
What were you saying, Bill?
No, I'd like to hear some of his war stories too.
Yeah, we'll try to get CD on here too with you, and we'll just sit back and listen to you guys.
Yeah,
go
dude,
back and forth.
CD's the bomb.
Yeah, he is.
I love CD. I won't go back and forth with him. He's great.
Yep.
He's a great guy. Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Have a good
gonna,
night.
We're gonna shut her down. Bill, any last words before we close down the lines?
All right, have a good one,
Word
guys.
is the
Later,
word.
Ruckus.
All right, later, Sleuth. Have a good night, brother.
Anything else?
I can't think of anything. I don't know how you top that, man. That was a good call.
That was a good call. Thank you, Ruckus. Thanks, Bill.
All righty. Have a good night, man.
All right, till next
Have a good
time.
night, everybody.
Later.
Yep.
All right. That's going to close up the lines. And we'll start wrapping it up. That's I like that. Later, Heather. Yeah, the fact that she got off was nuts. You too, Teresa. All right, Michelle. Radar. Shout out to Ruckus. Shout out to Bill. Awesome calls. Blessings. Thank you, Radar. Thanks, Chucky. We'll save that for another night. Good night. Shout out to Sound Effects app. Thank you, Teresa. Not forget about the poll. All right, let's see what we got here. Has the world gone mad? 72% said yes. 22% said humans have always been crazy. 2% were like, nah, we're good. And another 2% said, who knows? We're just bored. Get on with the entertainment, Sleuth, and shut up. Good to see you again, Michelle. Wanda. You don't have to go home, but you got to get out of here. Jari. Bonnie, yeah. Basically, neighborhood watch. That's what Ruckus said. Oh, anytime, Ruckus. I hope you call in again, man. Thanks again, everybody. And if you're on the replay squad, leave a comment and we'll try to get back to you. Later, everybody.